The detective looked tired. We were in the same room. Same fluorescent lights. Same plastic chairs that hurt after 20 minutes. But this time, I'd brought my own documents. "Mr. Thompson," Detective Huang said. "Thank you for coming in voluntarily. I want to cooperate fully." He raised an eyebrow. "That's refreshing." I placed a folder on the table between us. "Everything's in here. Dates. Payments. Corresponding work product. Email records showing who requested what analysis and when." He opened the folder. Started reading. His expression changed. "These emails show direct communication with Ms. Yoon." "Yes. Multiple executives. Including her father." "Yes. This contradicts their statement that you were unauthorized." "I know." He looked at me. Really looked at me. "Why didn't you provide this before? You didn't ask. You asked if I was authorized." I said I was. "You asked about my relationship with Ms. Yoon." I said professional. "Both true. But you're volunteering this now." "Yes." "Why?" I met his eyes. "Because I'm done protecting people who won't protect me." He closed the folder. "You understand what this means? You're potentially exposing yourself to more scrutiny." "I'm already exposed. At least this way, I'm not alone." He nodded slowly. "I'll need to verify all of this. Take your time." I stood to leave. "Mr. Thompson?" I turned. "Off the record, you're either very brave or very stupid. Maybe both." I walked out. For the first time in weeks, I could breathe. The company's lawyers called within 24 hours. I didn't answer. They emailed. I didn't respond. They showed up at my apartment. I opened the door. 2 men in suits. Expensive ones. "Mr. Thompson. We represent Yunhua Logistics. We need to speak with you." "No. I'm sorry. No. You don't need to speak with me. You want to speak with me. There's a difference." The older one, silver hair, probably the senior partner, smiled. "Mr. Thompson. You're in a difficult position. We're here to help." "Help how?" "We can make this all go away. The investigation. The media attention. All of it. In exchange for what?" "A simple statement. That you misunderstood the scope of your engagement. That you made some errors in judgment. We'll compensate you for your time, of course. Generously." "How generously?" He named a figure. 6 months of salary. "That's your offer?" "It's more than fair, given the circumstances." "The circumstances where your client threw me to the police to protect themselves?" "Mr. Thompson. No. I'm sorry." I said no. "Get out of my apartment." The younger lawyer stepped forward. "You're making a mistake. Without our protection. I've seen what your protection looks like. I'll take my chances." I closed the door. Locked it. Leaned against it. My hands were shaking. But I was smiling. The media attention shifted. Slowly. Then all at once. Yunhua Logistics under renewed scrutiny. New evidence suggests company executives directly authorized questioned payments. Foreign consultant provides documentation contradicting company claims. Yoon family faces growing pressure as investigation expands. My phone started ringing again. Reporters this time. I ignored them all. Except one. She worked for a smaller outlet. Independent. Known for investigative work that made powerful people uncomfortable. I agreed to meet. Coffee shop. Public. Neutral. She was younger than I expected. Early 30s. Sharp eyes. Mr. Thompson. Thank you for meeting. Just listen. I'm not doing an interview. Okay. But I'll answer questions. On background. You can use the information but not my name. Why? Because I'm not trying to be a hero. I'm trying to survive. She nodded. Fair. I spent the next 2 hours walking her through everything. The dinners. The private consultations. The payments. The relationship. I didn't hide any of it. You loved her, she said. It wasn't a question. I thought I did. And now? Now I know the difference between love and access. She took notes. Asked smart questions. Why are you doing this? Because she taught me something. She said power protects itself. That loyalty is currency. That defense is admission. And I'm using everything she taught me. Against her. The reporter smiled. That's cold. That's survival. The article ran 3 days later. It was thorough. Professional. Devastating. It outlined the payments. The timeline. The fact that I'd been brought in at the executive level. The emails proving authorization. It mentioned, carefully, that I'd had a personal relationship with Ms. Yoon. It didn't sensationalize. Just stated facts. Facts are enough when they're aimed correctly. The response was immediate. Yoonwa's stock dropped. The investigation expanded. 2 executives were suspended. And Sarah's engagement was postponed. Not cancelled. Postponed. Because even scandal has optics. My phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer. But something made me pick up. Hello? Silence. Then her voice. What did you do? I closed my eyes. What I had to. You destroyed everything. No. You did. I just documented it. I trusted you. I laughed. Bitter. Sharp. You trusted me? You threw me away the second it was convenient. I was protecting us. You were protecting you. There was no us. Not in any way that mattered. Silence. I loved you, she said. Past tense. In private, I said. You loved me in private. Where it was safe. Where it didn't cost you anything. That's not fair. No. It's not. But it's true. More silence. What do you want? She asked. Nothing you can give me. Money? I can. I don't want your money. I don't want your apology. I don't want anything from you. Then what? I want you to understand what you did. I want you to realize that you can't love someone in secret and expect them to be grateful for the scraps. I gave you more than scraps. You gave me access. Not protection. Not safety. Not yourself. Just access. And when that access became inconvenient, you took it back. I had no choice. You always had a choice. You chose your family. Your company. Your reputation. You just never chose me. I could hear her breathing. I'm sorry, she said. No. You're not. You're sorry you got caught. You're sorry it's messy. But you're not sorry for what you did. That's not true. Prove it. How? Tell the truth. Publicly. Tell them I wasn't unauthorized. That you brought me in. That you paid me. That the relationship was real. Silence. Long silence. I can't do that. I know. If I do that, it destroys everything. My family. The company. My future. I know. So you understand. I understand that you'll sacrifice anything to protect your world. Including me. I've always understood that. I just didn't want to believe it. Please. Goodbye, Sarah. I hung up. Sat in my apartment. And cried. Not for her. For the version of myself who thought love was enough. The investigation took 3 more months. In the end, no criminal charges were filed. Yunhua paid a fine. Made some internal changes. Issued a statement about improved oversight procedures. The whistleblower, the executive who started everything, was quietly let go with a generous severance. I was cleared of any wrongdoing. But my name was still in the articles. Still attached to the scandal. No company would hire me. Not in Seoul. Not in Korea. My visa was expiring. I had no job to sponsor renewal. I had to leave. 3 days before my flight, she came to my apartment. I opened the door and there she was. No makeup. Simple clothes. She looked smaller than I remembered. Can I come in? I should have said no. But I stepped aside. She walked in. Looked around. At the boxes. The packed life. You're leaving. Yes. Where? Does it matter? It matters to me. Why? She didn't answer. Just stood there. Say what you came to say, I told her. I made a mistake. Which one? All of them. But especially, letting you go. You didn't let me go. You cut me loose. I was scared. Of what? Of losing everything. And you don't think I was? She looked at me. Eyes wet. You're right. About all of it. I loved you in private because I was too much of a coward to love you in public. I chose safety over you. And I destroyed the only real thing I had. That's not enough. I know. Then why are you here? Because I needed to say it. To your face. Not in a text. Not in a voicemail. I stood there. Looking at her. The woman I'd loved. The woman who destroyed me. And I felt nothing. Not anger. Not love. Not even hate. Just exhaustion. I forgive you, I said. She looked up. Surprised. Really? No. But I'm saying it anyway. Because holding on to this is killing me. And you're not worth dying for. She flinched. She stood there. Smaller than I remembered. Can I ask you something? What? Can I touch you? One last time? She stepped forward. I stepped back. No. The word hung in the air. She stopped. Looked at me. Please. Just. No, Sarah. It was the first time I'd ever denied her anything. Every other time, every dinner, every late night, every request, every silence, I'd said yes. Or I'd said nothing, which was the same as yes. But not this time. She understood. I could see it in her face. This was the real ending. Not the investigation. Not the scandal. Not even me leaving. This. Me saying no. Me drawing a line. Me deciding I was worth more than whatever pieces of herself she was willing to offer. I'm sorry, she whispered. I know. I really did love you. I know. That's the saddest part. She walked to the door. Stopped with her hand on the handle. I hope you find someone brave enough to love you the way I couldn't. I didn't respond. She left. I locked the door. Stood there for a long time. Then I went back to packing. The flight left at dawn. I didn't sleep the night before. Just sat by the window. Watched Seoul's lights slowly fade as morning came. I thought about everything I'd learned. About power. About love. About the cost of being invisible. About what happens when you love someone who loves their world more than they love you. I'd survived. Not healed. Not whole. But alive. And I'd learned the most important lesson. Proximity isn't protection. Access isn't love. And secrets don't keep you safe. They just keep you small. At the airport, going through security, my phone buzzed. One last message. Sarah. I hope you find someone who's brave enough to love you the way I couldn't. I read it twice. Then deleted it. Deleted her number. Deleted everything. I boarded the plane. Found my seat. Looked out the window as Seoul disappeared beneath the clouds. I was leaving with nothing. No job. No reputation. No love. But I was leaving with something she'd never have. The truth. And the knowledge that I'd been brave enough to speak it. Even when it cost me.